Alright, what's going on YouTube? Hello. Today we are playing Rollin Ravioli. A couple things. This is going to be kind of a story time. I don't want to say it's completely story time, but kind of story time video. Basically, I have some stuff that I want to talk about regarding AI. I've been getting infiltrated with AI in my life. So I guess forewarning, this is going to be a heavily anti-AI video. All right. Anyways, hello everybody. My name is Jacob. For those who don't know, AI. My God, guys, I'm just like, let's go. You can spin. I've been dealing with it a lot. You know, as an artist, it hits a lot. You see it in your everyday life when you start to recognize what AI is, and I've been recognizing it that it's like. I can turn mouse. It's everywhere. Everybody's out there looking for a shortcut and not willing to put in the work. So now I'm seeing it a lot more, and I hate it. So here's where the title of the video comes in. My boss has been using AI, and my CEO is approving of it. What do I mean by this? I'm not going to go into super detail about everything what my work does because, you know, obvious reasons, but essentially my job is to take blueprints, take models that engineers make, right? And I make it into a 3D render. I think that's enough information because I use a lot of Blender in my work. I use a lot of 3D rendering, so I make renders, I render them out, and they, you know, turn into renders that you would send to clients to, like, you know, buy the thing that they're talking about. And so when I make these things, I expect, hey, here you go, here's the render that I made. And, you know, obviously they'll put like some information about the thing that I made, you know, about, you know, the details of it, the description of it, what it entails, that kind of stuff. And that's about it, right? Well, here comes this boss is new, by the way. She apparently she's been working for the company for a while, but she's actually completely new, and they actually had her move in from Canada. But I guess she's also Chinese. So, and I think I'm getting a little sidetracked here, but China does not have as much of a stigma against AI as much as, you know, America does. So when I say this, I mean, I just don't think she cares that much about AI usage. Like, it's not seen as a big deal. Can I change this back? Oh, okay, well, you can. So yeah, when I'm dealing with this issue, just note that, like, it's an older woman who is from China who was previously living in Canada. So anyway, she comes in and she needs some renders of a particular piece of equipment. And so I send her the renders, right? And it seems all fine, right? But then basically the CEO says, hey, I need renders of this machine so that I can make it into like a little brochure to be like, hey, this is what we're offering, and this is what we're selling, and this is what it all includes, and here's a picture of it, essentially, because they don't have like the actual item available to take a picture of. So I have to make it in Blender. Well, I make it in Blender. I send it to her. Tell me why. Like a couple days later, a few hours later, she comes up and she sends out an email saying, hey, look, this is what I made. I click it. It's not the render that I sent. It's actually not the machine at all. Let's just say that this machine has a chair on it, right? It took away the chair. Somehow, I don't know how, she got rid of the chair. So I'm just like, hey, why does it like look like this? This isn't the thing that I sent you. She says, oh yeah, I just ran it through ChatGPT. I told it I wanted to make the image more clearer. So I told ChatGPT to make it clearer. So, okay, I'm mad. I'm mad at this right now. But obviously, I've been in situations where I've had to deal with, just terrible coworkers before. And I'm not really in a place right now where I can just be like, oh man, this is mad, I quit. I'm not in that place right now, but I'm mad. So I tell her like, hey, like this isn't like, you can't really be doing that because like I've only been here for like a year or so, it's not that big of a deal to me. And I honestly don't care for this company that much, like at all, honestly. But I'm just like, hey, this is going to be sent out to customers. Like, you're actually doing false advertisement if you're going to be sending this out to anybody. And that's when I found out that, yeah, she's going to be sending this out to people. Like, this is going to be used as an advertisement. And I'm saying, you can't be sending this out as an advertisement because she did nothing. She did no effort in like making the thing herself. She literally just like typed into ChatGPT, here's an image, make it into a brochure for me. I'm really bad at this. Make it into like a cool flyer that I can send out to emails as an email list. This was the most AI generated flyer I've ever seen, and to a point where it was completely just false advertising. It had like it put things on this machine that just didn't exist. And apparently, this is what I learned. She showed this to my CEO. The CEO looked at this obviously like incorrect machine and said, yeah, this looks good, send it. And I'm just like, oh my God. This is such a horrible dystopia that we live in, where people are just okay with this. They're just okay with blatantly advertising the wrong thing, the incorrect thing. Then it's not even just a matter of, oh, it's a oopsie daisy. I took out a seat color, or like I made the color of the machine a little bit wrong. Like, no, you literally are advertising something that doesn't exist. And I can't believe that in this line of work that they're okay with it, especially considering not more than like 2 months ago I had to do something. I'm gonna try to be vague a little bit here. I had to do something that involved being extremely detail oriented to a point where it was just like, it took me well over 6 months to create this. Let's just say it's a booklet. I had to create a booklet, and it took me 3 months, I think, to do this, because every time I would turn it into my former boss, or I guess like supervisor, he would say, hey, like, this is wrong, change this, make this a little bit more to the left, turn this a little bit more to the right. I'm still heavily convinced that he just doesn't like me, because he sucks. But like, yeah, that was the level of precision that we were dealing with. And then for her to come in, literally just come in within less than 2 months, start running images that I send through ChatGPT, and the CEO being okay with it, it's just like, what the heck, you know? Like, why should I bother putting in this much effort? Because mind you, this is my boss I'm talking about. This is somebody who's making well over 150K a year. I'm barely making 50 and she's making like triple, probably quadruple my salary. And she'll brag about how she just spends over 8 hours a day, not over 8 hours a day, but the entire 8-hour day just talking to ChatGPT, literally just talking to it and saying, like, she would say that she would circle areas where it was so obviously wrong, and she would put a red circle over it and send it back into ChatGPT and say, remove this or add this, and then obviously it wouldn't listen to her because it's ChatGPT. It's not a freaking, like, it's not a person. And I'm just like, my literal job description is graphic designer. Why are you sending this stuff through ChatGPT when that is, first off, that's not even your job, but second, like, you are disgracing the company. Like, I'm being blunt here, because it really pissed me off seeing that she was just like doing that. She was just like, the entire day she would spend just writing stuff in ChatGPT and just like feeding ChatGPT the entire, like, this is not a released machine, by the way. This was something that's like still in development, and she would just send it into ChatGPT. And I'm just like, really? Like, we're really okay with this? And everybody in my room, this is like a shared office of like 6 people, I think. And is it 6? Yeah, 6 or 5. And, you know, she would complain about it, and instead of, you know, saying, hey, like, this is just incorrect, this is wrong, this isn't the machine, because they created the machine. I didn't even create it, I rendered it, I made it into something that's like viable to send to a customer. They created this machine, and they just look at it and said, yeah, you know, that's not perfect, but it's fine, like, I'm sure it'll be all right. And I'm just like, really? And then that's when I find out that apparently these guys, I'm just gonna say it, they're engineers, and they are like boastfully talking about how they talk to Copilot for like getting answers. And I'm just like, really? You're really, like, you're just okay with just having your machine fed into AI? These guys aren't old either. These guys are like my age. These guys are probably your age. And I just can't believe that, like, they're just like fine with it, you know? So it's just, I don't know. I'm a lot of things have been really annoying at this company, but I'm getting to an age now where I'm like, I can't really just say, hey, I quit this job, I'm gonna make YouTube work full time, like I did with freaking Helldivers. That didn't work out, did it? But like, man, it's getting so hard. I don't know. I don't want to quit. I do kind of want to quit. I just want money though, and unfortunately we live in a world where you can't just live off of hopes and dreams, no matter how much I try to make it work. Like, I can't do that. I don't know, do you guys have any stories you want to tell? Like, leave them down in the comments if you want, of just like, I don't know, maybe your interactions with AI and maybe what you think about it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty obviously anti-AI, like super anti-AI. I think it has its use cases, and its use cases are really like pattern recognition, and I think that's all it really should be used for, is just pattern recognition, because anything else, it's not good. And the way they were like enforcing her, like positively enforcing her, the engineers saying like, oh yeah, you know, that's just the quality of the machine, and you know, it's not there yet, but it'll get there. And I was like, really? No, it's not gonna get there. We shouldn't be like hoping that it's gonna get there. This is stuff that is literally, you are doing the thing that will ruin my career choices in the future while I'm at my career. Like, it's really, oh man. Anyways, I've been thinking about retirement a lot lately. random tangent. Okay, the can moves when I turn a little bit. Yeah, I've been thinking about retirement and how just like, you know, I don't want to be working after after I turn like 50. This is another just like random tangential thought process. I interact with a lot of people who are like above the age of like 60, 50 years old. And I look at them and I'm just like, dang, like you are still working. You know, you're doing stuff that like I would be looking for in terms of a job. And, you know, you're like talking about how you have to, you know, take pills in the morning or something, or a cool checkpoint. Cool. It's talking about how you have like achy knees, you have to go to the doctors a lot, and I'm just like, and you're still worried about getting up and going to work in the mornings. Like, dude, seeing stuff like that kind of makes me realize like, oh, I really don't want to be, you know, working that long. And so I've just been thinking, how am I gonna retire, you know? I've heard a lot about people saying what's it called, like fixed income, retire early, or something like that. I really need to start like thinking about what I'm going to be doing later on in life. And, you know, I can't say that it would be that I'm like, I wouldn't want YouTube to work out. Obviously, you don't want to be the guy who just doesn't care about the enjoyment of YouTube, but you also don't want to be the guy that's just like I'm not gonna lie, I would love for YouTube to work out. Are you serious? What's this? The can pops. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, like I would love for YouTube to work out, and I would love to just be able to make YouTube videos. Honestly, if YouTube was a stable income, I would quit my job like immediately. But it's not at that point right now. And as much as I hate to say it, I don't know if it'll ever be that point. But hey, a man can dream. I tried out streaming for a little bit. I tried streaming Marvel Rivals, and I know that's a competitive thing to choose, but it's what I play a lot. You know, I think I have like 700 hours. Let me check actually. Okay, yeah, I have 864 hours in Marvel Rivals right now. It's a lot. It's what I play with my girlfriend like pretty much every night. Sorry, my fiance. And you know, it's really fun. And I thought, you know, why not try streaming it? You know, I watch people like That Punch Kid a lot, and I watch other streamers every once in a while. I don't really watch streamers. I watch like the streamer highlights. And I thought, hey, you know, this seems like a way to get good content out, and a way to like make content doing what I enjoy doing already, you know? Because that's the thing, is that sometimes I feel like I make content that I'm just doing because I feel like I want to get something out. What is this? Black? Okay. And I don't really like that. So like you've probably been seeing it, that I've been wanting to make more content that's just videos that I want to make rather than videos that I feel like I need to make. The latest Peak video, I feel like I really enjoyed making that video. That flopped. But you know, it comes with the territory of just being a small YouTuber trying to participate in a big ecosystem, I guess you could say. It's a hard thing to kind of gauge, but I can't say that being a YouTuber is harder than being a full-time worker. because that's another thing. I think just like the human body was not meant for full-time work. It was not meant for working 40 hours a week, freaking 8 to 5, 7 to 4, whatever your work hours are. Like, let's be real, for one thing, it is not an 8-hour workday. It's like a more closer to a 12-hour workday. Why? Because you're not working. You're not teleporting to work at 7 a.m. and then teleporting to home at 4 p.m. or anything like that. No, you're waking up probably at 6, probably 5:30 for some people. You're driving to work for an hour or 30 minutes. You're at work, and then you got a 30-minute to an hour lunch break, and then you're driving home for another 30 minutes to an hour because everybody's getting off work, so everybody's stuck in traffic. And then you're just stuck forever. And then, you know, you're basically working 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. because by the time you get home, you're not like immediately in, all right, relax mode. Now you're in, all right, try to like recover and prepare for the next day mode. And you're not going to bed late because then you're going to be tired and probably late for work the next day, which I pretty much always am. And, you know, you're not immediately back home and rested the second that you're done with work. You know, you're thinking about stuff, you're eating. If you're like me, you're going to the gym, which is pretty much like that's the rest of the day. I'm gonna be so honest, going to the gym is the rest of the day for me. I try to take rest days when I can, but like, man, it sucks. So I've been thinking about retirement and just like how to get out of this rat race as soon as possible. Because I don't know when the rat race ends, but I need it to end like as soon as possible for me. And I know this is something that's just like, it's hard to complain about, especially today's economy, because people are going to be like, well, you know, you have a job in this economy, so you should be proud. And I was like, yeah, I guess, but like, can I not want to be more? And I think that's something that gets lost on a lot of people, is like, yeah, oh my God, why did that thing fall? Like, yeah, it's the economy sucks, sure, yes, but also like, can I not, you know, want something better? Is literally my only option. Can I get up this? Why can't I get up this? Is literally my only option just be miserable and have some money, or, you know, have no money and be happy? Because, you know, I've been thinking about that a lot lately, where it's just like, I think I was at my happiest when I was unemployed. You know, as much as people make fun of it, it's like that was when I enjoyed life. I don't go out much. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I was talking about this last night with my friend Jordan Kuhn. He was talking about how, like, you know, he's young and he wants to go out and do stuff, and I'm just in here like, man, give me a house with a gym and a movie theater, and I'm happy. You know, give me something to do occasionally and somewhere to work out, and I'm good. And that's all I need. And I'm just sitting here thinking like, man, why am I living this corporate 9-to-5 life of something that I hate for what, you know, to appease these people that like are just trying to say, hey, you need to be miserable like the rest of us. Like, no, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be here for the rest of my life. Like, and then that's another thing. This is just rambling mode. This is stream of consciousness. I'm sorry if you're still watching this. Hey, thanks. This one woman at my work, she just finished working 25 years and she's still there. And I'm just like, you could not pay me enough to work 25 years at a place and not get anything like real out of it. Because I think all she got was like a $2,500 check, like bonus, like one-time bonus, not like a pay increase. What is this? I don't know what that is. Squawky play on Steam. I don't know what that is. And yeah, that's all she got. She got like a $2,500 bonus, like one extra paycheck, and like a free lunch party. Oh, this thing's probably gonna fall. Interesting. And I'm just like, man, that is the most like, that is the biggest slap in the face I've ever heard. Imagine dedicating 25 years. That's probably older than most of my viewers. No, it's not, but that's probably like well over 95% of my life. Not 95, I'd say like 90% of my life. And it's just like, thanks for dedicating your entire life to us. You know, you're probably living in an apartment, in a 2-bedroom apartment with no kids, or like one kid or something, and we're living in a mansion. So, you know, for dedicating your life, here's 1 month's rent. You know, and it's just like, God, dude, I couldn't imagine. But I also think that like maybe that's just like part of a millennial / Gen Z thing. I don't think it's a millennial thing, because my boss is a millennial, and my former boss is a millennial. Oh, dang it. My raviolis fell out. Dang it. And yeah, he's talking about how like he's been there for, I don't know, 7-8 years. I'm trying so hard to not say 6 or 7. And he's talking about how like, yeah, I probably got like 20 more years left in me. I'm just like, dude, for what? You're not gonna get a retirement out of it. So it's like, God, it sucks. Anyways, sorry to be so negative about this in this video. I need something to talk about. And what is this? I also kind of wanted to play this game. Let me know if there's any games that you guys have for me that you might want to see me play. I've been really enjoying like indie games a lot lately, like that cat mail. I want to make a video on that cat mail more, but I don't know. It's not a nice feeling when you spend a few weeks, a few months sometimes editing a video, and then you upload it and it's got 1 view, and that 1 view is you. Just like, dang, dude, really? Not to sound like a view hungry person, but like no traction whatsoever. Like, I don't want to say it's a YouTube thing. Sometimes I feel like it's a YouTube thing. Maybe I'm not uploading enough YouTube shorts, because I do notice that sometimes if I upload a YouTube short, then I'll just crime scene. This is on slope. Yeah, if I do notice that, like, if I don't upload YouTube shorts, then I just don't get views. Like, it's unfortunate, but because I don't watch YouTube shorts, and my big thing with making YouTube content and making content in general is I don't want to make content that I wouldn't watch myself. And honestly, you know, stuff like this is stuff that like gets me through the workday sometimes. You know, watching people just like play random video games, Jesus, and then just like commentating over it, like that's the stuff that I really like watching, honestly. All right, hang on, I gotta focus on this. This is Jesus, doing 3 shoves. This game's pretty cool. I don't really know what this game on the can is, but it looks interesting. God dang it, I'm not good at this. Oh wait, cans too. Does that mean I have limited lives? Can I get in this? Hello? There we go. There we go. Okay, let me focus up. God dang it. Oh, what's happening? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get up this, get to the next checkpoint, and then we'll end the video there. What games have you guys been playing lately? I've been, obviously, you know, Rivals a lot. My friend got me into Fortnite for a minute. I don't know if I see myself playing it that much, though. It just seems so, like ridiculous. How do I get up this? Am I missing something? Yeah, like the new there's apparently going to be a new Crash Bandicoot skin in Fortnite, and you know, when my friend asked me to play it, I was like, all right, I guess I can, you know, see what the skin looks like, because I've heard it looks bad, and it does kind of look bad from what I've seen in the promotional videos or photos or whatever, but it's not in the game yet, apparently, and I didn't know that. I thought it was going to be in the game, but I guess not, because they're starting with Sonic, so I guess they're probably going to do like a mid-season thing or something. I don't really know. Do you guys play Fortnite? Do people even play Fortnite anymore? That was another thing I was thinking of. Like, why are we playing Fortnite? Nobody even plays this anymore. Am I going crazy? Like, what's happening here? Do I gotta... Oh, shoot. I think I got it that time. Yes. There we go. Okay, gotta roll. Gotta roll. Oh no. Go. Come on. Ugh. Okay. I actually can't move. Like, this is... I'm holding W. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. I don't remember if it was Q or C to change my skin, so I don't want to hit anything. That's a nice, sweetie. We've had ravioli every night this week. But I love ravioli. But I love Boyard Chef. But I love Chef. That's what it was. It was Chef. That's a nice, sweetie. We've had Chef every night this week. But I love Chef. Come on. I don't know if this is the end of the game. If it is, that's crazy. It's probably not. It's got to be more than this. There we go. No. Nice. Because I think this game is based off the commercial, so like I feel like the finishing line has to be at the girl's freaking TV. When it just like bumps into her. Somehow the stalking Ken just follows her home. I guess gotta get out of here. Oh, that's my third can. Oh, okay, so it's not lives, it's just how many times you've broken the can. Can I hit this guy? Can I knock him over? Oh.
Huh? Where did you come from?
24 hours later. What's this box? Is it arched like this? I don't know, I'm thinking about making this kind of a somewhat unedited video. Not like super unedited. Like maybe I'll cut out boring parts, but you know, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of making it like almost similar to Game Grumps. That's not really like who I'm mimicking in this video, but there's other people, like mainly they're people that make like Call of Duty content, or at least their videos are Call of Duty, but then their audio is just like them talking about stuff, talking about life and stuff. What's this? Oh, Markiplier. Lore heavy. Markiplier Rollin. Is that Game Punch? Gamer Punch? Interesting. I really like this the style of this game, even though ironically it's just like a default brush used to make all the textures. But I think that's kind of why I like it. It's simplistic to a point of just being like, hey, it still gets the idea across, which I think people like forget about a lot when making like stylized games. Oh man, I gotta tell you guys about The Big Walk. Have you guys heard about that game? I tried playing that, me and my fiance. I can't see the joy in it, you know? Because, okay, so for those who don't know, it's a game where you like essentially just walk around in a forest for a while, right? Walk around in a forest and solve puzzles. That's pretty much the entirety of the game. And I'm just like, it was fun at first because it's like, oh, you know, it's a nice little chill game, you know, do stuff and solve puzzles every once in a while. Like, that's fine. What's not fine is the fact that the map was just like, it was so off-putting. These are the same people that made the Untitled Goose Game, which is like, you know, that game seemed fun from what I saw of it. You know, it had a kind of a story. I don't remember if it had a story, but it had an idea in mind, which was you're a goose, you're in an area, and you're like causing mayhem. Like, that's it. This Big Walk game, though, it's just like, it's so streamer only. And I hate to say that because, you know, any game can be like, anybody can play it, and you know, any group of friends can play it. But to just like, this game was just so like, there's no fun in it. It's just, hey, here's a big empty area, and then, oh yeah, let's put a random puzzle here. Let's put a random puzzle like 7 miles over here, and then let's put the answer to this puzzle like 5 miles over this direction. It's like, bro, why am I just walking? This kind of sucks. I will say we didn't refund it. We did not refund it. I thought it was okay. It was okay for like an hour and a half, maybe. Then we got to like 3 hours, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, this isn't that fun. And I was just like, I think I'll probably put the last few seconds of the recording of it here. Okay, well, we got this thing, and it's pitch black out. I'm kind of done. Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
All right, let's go play some Ravioli or something. Yeah. I don't know. But it was not a fun game to play. It was like, okay, all right, well, after our, 2-hour escapade to figure out what to do next, we're just, this is stupid. We're just like two ant characters making our way through some random forest. Don't know why we're in the forest. Don't know where we are. Don't know what the point is that we're here. It gets pitch black. Oh my god, dude. It's that classic like Unreal Engine, first game made in Unreal Engine that's trying to be realistic, where nighttime it's just, hey, it's dark. So, there's since it's dark, we're just gonna disable every light functionality ever. Did I not already have this one? Yeah, I already have this one. Okay. It's dark, so let's just turn off every single light imaginable and make it pitch black. And it's just like, okay, and then you combine that with, you know, some cartoon looking walking ants walking around holding flashlights and keys and putting together stuff. It's just like, I've seen people complain about the lights, and in response people will say, so you're complaining about it being dark when there's no light out? And I'm just like, yeah, because it's a cartoon game. Why am I like, you can only hold one item at a time, which is another just really stupid design decision in my opinion. And you're just walking around, which is like, okay, I guess this, like, that is true, that is the name of the game, and it didn't false advertise. I'll say that it did not false advertise, but it made the ads made the game seem so much more fun than it really was. And I've seen a couple like big people play it, like, you know, streamers, YouTubers, people with big friend groups, and I'm saying, okay, with 5 good friends, I could see it being kind of fun, kind of. But like, you all have to be friends with each other, because there's going to be a lot of points where you're just like alone and on your own, or you're going to be like super far separated as piggyback groups. And, you know, I'm gonna be real, there's a lot of friend groups where it's like there's an anchor in the friend group, you know, and if you're in one of those friend groups, you're not gonna have fun in that game. But yeah, I don't want to be too negative on it. It did what it did. I gave it the $8, and I got like an hour and a half out of entertainment out of it. I'd say that's a fair trade-off, I guess. No, actually, I think it was like $15. It was a lot. Yeah, it kind of sucked. I think it could have been downsized a little bit in terms of price. It definitely did not follow the peak rules, which is, you know, if it's $7.99, it's not $10. So it's basically $5, which is like, that was like their motto when pricing things. So yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, charging 15. I feel kind of bad. I feel bad for knocking on it, but I also feel like they overpromised and underdelivered. But this game, like, hey, I'm surprised this game hasn't been picked up yet. I only saw like 9 reviews on this game. Like, dude, if you guys want a fun game to play, check this game out. This is fun. I mean, I don't want to say this is fun. This is something like what I'm doing now. This is background game. I said I was gonna do just one more checkpoint, but I kind of want to. Okay, here we go. All right. Yeah. All right. Now I'm done. All right. Oh, hang on. Wait. Let me get to this checkpoint. All right. There we go. All right. Yeah. Let me know if you guys want to see the rest of this game. It's kind of fun. Let me know if you want to hear like more story time or stuff like this. I guess, I don't know. I'm gonna be kind of doing it like slightly unedited. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. This has been Jacob, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Screw it, yeah.